everybody. Welcome to Tism Talks. We're actually going to be talking on Fallout creatures today. My name is Logan.
And I'm
You
Jeremy.
know me as I'm Logan. This is Jeremy.
Why don't you introduce us to what we're getting into today?
Well, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be talking about some Fallout creatures that kind of fit into the realm of definitely strange, even for the world of Fallout.
You could say that. I think this is very possible.
Okay,
So today, because he didn't say it, we're talking about the raccoon people. Roll the intro. Hey Logan,
what's up?
you want to record something today and talk about dumb shit?
Hell yeah, I do.
Let's go. So the slanter, also known as the raccoon people, uh, are FEV mutated raccoons that were cut from the original Fallout game. There is little to nothing on them. So
So
this might be a quick one. So what do you know about
yeah,
them,
we
Logan?
so I literally, like as you said, I've could go off of is essentially that it's intelligent raccoon, like FEV raccoon people that are like tribal, and that's about it. We know that they're more tribal than not intelligent, but like more. They're not as civilized, but they're tribal and civilized enough to be able to communicate, talk, communicate, and live as like a person would.
Yeah,
And that's yeah.
yeah, definitely. So I've got the wiki pulled up here, the Fallout fandom wiki, the Fallout Phantom wiki. Um, so just in the background here, with a log date of January 12th, 2076. So more than a year, about almost 2 years before the bombs fell. Um, we have a log date from FEV experiments, and it says with batch 11-011, we have improved the meiotic cycle efficiency by 43%. We have infected 53 raccoons with the new strain. In addition to the now expected size increase, behavioral tests confirmed an increase in intelligence and manual dexterity by 19 points on the Schuler Cap Index. Unfortunately, several subjects escaped confinement and had to be hunted down and dispatched. Major Bennett ordered the remaining subjects terminated. 2 pairs were unaccounted for. The above excerpt is from the FEV experiment disc found at the Glow in the original Fallout game and is the only remaining in-game reference to the non-existent species.
So they
So,
do. So they are canon technically by this
they are technically
politic.
canon,
They
yes.
are on a technicality canon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So they're out
Genuinely
there
thought that they were like a
somewhere.
fully cut. I genuinely thought that they were a fully cut thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we all did. Um,
Yeah,
so we do know that they're canon now. That is a
yeah.
perfect thing. Um, so the escape and founding of the burrows. The 4 raccoons that
The,
escaped the research facility headed northwest until 2101, when they discovered a small oasis that had amazingly avoided a great deal of devastation and began to regrow. Once they settled in the area now known as burrows, their instincts took over and became skilled hunters as well as becoming more intelligent. They named themselves the tribe of the Slanter. Slanter means kindred, having forgotten they were once raccoons.
so they firmly believe that they are like
Their own
um.
species.
Wait, okay, interesting.
So wait, does this mean Rocket Raccoon is canon in the Fallout canon?
You wish. You wish. We walk into a building, and from afar we just hear Bradley Cooper start talking.
But that's kind of cool. So okay, so northwest
Yeah,
from NorCal, that would pro. And they found an oasis that had amazingly avoided a great deal of devastation. And they started in. Okay, so we don't know where they started. No,
Yeah.
FEV experiment is
No.
found at the Glow in Fallout. Is that
Okay, so yeah,
is that LA?
that would be the same place where the that's I wouldn't say it's LA, but that's where the Master is.
Okay, hold on.
The Master's the big bad of the first game.
Southeast corner of the world map.
So probably more southern California.
Uh, uh, in the original Fallout, the Glow West Tech Research Facility is located in the real-world Mojave Desert of Southern California. Okay.
Okay, so it's on the California side of the Mojave.
So in 2101, what was happening in 2101?
I want to.
Okay, hold on. Hold
2101,
on a
that's
fucking second.
76.
So, hold on. 2076 gives you January 12th of 2076 gives you about 2 years before the bombs fell. So 2 years after these
Yeah.
four raccoons escaped, the bombs fell. They kept heading northwest. And I'm gonna give it a cone, so it's not like they're heading at like a direct 45 degrees. Um,
Yeah.
but they headed northwest until 2101. That's 70 that's 25 years that they kept walking.
Yeah. Damn.
I like
It, there's a good chance it could have been like they find a place,
right, 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 right.
then like
They
stay there
settle
for a
down for a
while,
minute.
then keep moving.
Yeah. Until
Yeah.
they were forced out or something.
Yeah, something like that. Kind of like think of how like a longer version of Preston Garvey and his crew.
Right. So, I mean, okay, hold on. So, I'm going to go to Google. Google Maps.
God, this is gonna be such a weird
I
episode.
Yeah, well, we're diving into this
Well,
so much deeper than anyone else ever has.
yeah.
So based on the Fallout 1 maps, I'm going to put the what's it called? The fucking it starts with a C, the glow. It does not start with a C.
Yes.
So,
You were
based on the
thinking the
Fallout
glowing
1,
sea, not the glow.
yeah, the glow.
But no, you're thinking the glow.
Based on the Fallout 1 maps, I'm going to put the glow right around Mexicali, right at the southern border between California and Mexico. Um, which if the slanters went northwest for about 25 years, keep in mind, that's a long time to walk. Um, they would have to pass through. They'd have to pass through a desert, mountains, past LA, um, probably up towards Bakersfield, maybe near Fresno, unless they stayed along the coast, which I don't think is likely because there's a lot of people around there. Um,
Yeah.
Probably eventually settling around San Jose, Santa Cruz, if they went the coastal route, or somewhere in Yosemite or Sequoia National Park, um, even maybe as far as Lake Tahoe or the Tahoe National Forest. What do you think?
I mean, that sounds about right. But I feel like Tahoe might be too east.
To east, do you think? It's
I think
still
it might be too east because
northwest.
Tahoe is like right on but it's still like right on the border of like California and Nevada, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the border splits them, splits the lake.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So I
and
feel like that might be a bit too late.
here's my reasoning for that. What are three basic things you need are protection, food, and water. Three
Yeah.
most basic things to survive. Lake Tahoe is, I believe, in the middle of a valley. It is it is water. It's fresh water.
Yeah. It's heavily wooded and
and it's
usually looked
isolated.
at as a resort. It's an isolated, usually looked as a resort area. So
Right. And who's going to
unless they
resort
were doing
in
stuff,
October?
unless they were doing stuff for the ski resort in 76, there should be like next to nobody there besides people going just driving through
Right.
time of the bombs.
Right.
So
So you're thinking
they might
Tahoe
have a
is
little bit.
too east.
It might be too east just in the fact that it's like it borders Nevada.
Okay. So
And I feel like that would also be turned from with a trade route. That would probably be like a trade route going through Tahoe would be a trade route for the NCR to Nevada.
yeah, it could be. Um,
So
we also have, if we keep going further north on the west side of California, we have Mendocino National Forest, and that is just a wide area of land that has like one road going through it. It looks like at least one relatively major 162. Um, and that's a very wide area, more towards the northern end of California. Um, and I mean, we can even go further north. We've
I
got
was
Six
thinking
Rivers
redwood. There's also the
Redwood,
redwoods.
which is Sequoia.
Yeah, like the redwood forest. Yeah, the redwood forest.
That is
Big fucking
very,
trees.
that's relatively far south. Um, that is, that's about on par on the same latitude line as Fresno.
Mm.
Um, so I mean, it's possible, but I would not. After 25 years, I don't.
Yeah,
I think that is a little too
they
close.
probably they might have gone like farther like northern California.
Could be, yeah. So Northern California, you're looking at, like I said, uh, Mendocino, Six Rivers, and these are just
The
national parks, national forests.
yeah, Redwood National Park is right at the northern area of California.
Are you high? Oh, you're talking. Okay,
Redwood National and State
shut up. I
Park. Yeah.
see it now. I w- I know the redwoods as sequoias, so I'm not
Yeah,
thinking. Yeah,
actual redwoods.
right. That could be
Yeah, it's got the big trees. It's heavily forested. There's not a lot of people.
right. And knowing raccoons, they like to build little nests in trees.
Hmm.
So, and if
Yeah,
they're more civilized, I'm almost thinking Ewoks.
that's what I was thinking. Like almost like an Ewok situation. Like if
Yeah,
you look at the art that they made, it does give Ewok off
yeah,
like Ewok vibe.
definitely.
The Redwood National Forest, National and State Park,
Right.
it definitely fills my bill.
Yeah, or at least somewhere in that area.
Yeah,
So I'm good with that. You want to say they
yeah,
just
I
went
think I
there?
like that.
Obviously, we
I'm just
can't
gonna
say
say
for
that's my guess.
certain.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, there's no confirming, but that's my guess.
Yeah,
Especially since it's on the west. It's on the west coast.
yeah,
It is on the coast, and
yeah,
it's north
and west.
and west. So, and I firmly believe that it could, like in 20 years, that could get like, especially you're what 3 feet tall. You're bipedal. You don't know how to drive a car, so like you're walking that whole way.
Right,
20 years seems about right. And while you're trying to avoid people too,
right.
20 years that makes sense. So Redwood National Park, I can. That's that is a giveaway. That is a given for me. And I like the thought of them having the Ewok villages in the trees.
Interesting. Okay. So from where I put the from where I put the glow up to Redwood National and State Parks for this is on Google Maps, so this could be
Yeah.
wild. It says 14 days to walk.
Mm.
And that's a continuous 14 days. Like, you are not stopping.
Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
like, well, again, there's a lot of stuff that you have to contribute. There's them trying not to take the main roads because they're avoiding people.
right.
There's fact that they're like then they have to deal with the people that they do run into
Right. And immediately double it because they're short.
and double it because they're 3 feet tall, tiny fucking legs. They could probably walk on all fours just because they're raccoons. But
Right.
like getting then that would also like I think a lot of the times also getting the materials to build what they like their community.
Absolutely. But it says they stopped
So
after 25
yeah.
years. Does it not? Give me 1 second.
And and again it is also another thing you gotta contribute is the fact that they during that time they could have gone to other states and they just
Right.
made their way back.
Yeah, hell, they could have gone straight north into
Um,
Nevada, gotten
yeah,
almost destroyed by the NCR or the Legion, and then went up
or
there.
whatever's there at the time,
And
and then
hell,
went there.
we don't even know if they interacted with the Brotherhood, who would see them as
Hmm.
abominations.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a huge one.
Right, because
So
the Brotherhood is all over this, and they have so many different sects now that we have the show to confirm it.
yeah, we've got oh god, we've and that's only the sects that appear in the show. That
Right,
like there's probably more than just the ones of the show.
right.
So, but yeah, that's the amount of sections of the fucking Brotherhood. That's another episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna go through developer quotes and notes. As for the borough, this location was written by an early designer associated with the project. While it was well written, I felt that its content was not appropriate for our Fallout universe, mainly based on its style and feel in the game and not in its artistic merit. So I did not approve its addition to the game, and that glow hollow disc is all that remains of any reference to that area. Tim Kaine. Burrows. I always
Okay.
felt it didn't fit within the rest of the game, and it was a finely designed area and would have helped the glow, but it just didn't seem Fallout like. Chris Taylor. Okay. Huh.
If it helped the glow, might be
So,
closer.
well, it might be in the glow. Like the
How?
what the fuck? Okay, that like cuz I can edit this stuff if I go into it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like I
big
can
is the glow.
So like I'm taking quite a bit of this with a grain of salt.
I mean, yeah.
Unless it was like a side quest from the glow. But
We probably will never get an answer for what.
right.
Again, a lot of you'll hear about this in other episodes because we've
Right.
talked about it. You're gonna hear it a lot. Is you're never gonna get a definitive answer.
Right. That's pretty much the answer with
So
everything Fallout that is all completely
yeah,
theoretical.
question and yeah, theoretical and heavily questionable.
Right. So, another developer quote: While Brian was often writing quests for our furry editions, the artist had a scope meeting about the number of characters in the game. We had more design than they had time to actually build and animate, so a compromise was needed. Since the mutant animals were rare, required several sets of armor, and uh, totally different animations, they were chopped. Poor Brian, he put so much love into those varmints. Scott Campbell. So
Oh,
Brian,
that's
we want your
Brian.
raccoons.
Please, and Brian, if this ever reaches you, please reach out.
Right. I don't know who Brian is.
We want info.
Imagine just some random Brian. Yeah, that's me. So notes. The Slanter are alluded to in a text of the quest in Fallout Shelter. During a trivia challenge, the player is asked what group worships the glow, and given the option to
Oh my
choose
god.
between three variants of Children of Adam, as well as several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave. Huh.
Oh my god. So they keep hinting at it. Todd Howard,
Right.
please. Todd Howard, please let the next 76 update be the slanter.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I don't think it will be because I don't think they want to
No, I don't think they'll
slander
ever
the
bring it
name of
back.
Fallout.
Shut the fuck up. I hate you. You go. You. No, you know what? You know what? You know you're the one recording, but you're fired from Disney. That's how bad it was.
Oh, Lord Almighty. Alrighty. So, I mean, where would you put this in the iceberg?
I put it in the iceberg. So it is a popular thing. One thing you have to know is about like when you look at an iceberg, it everything, a lot of stuff that people knows. There are a lot of basic, and then the weird, like it get just insane and not as well known.
Right.
I'd put this at a solid like 4 or 5, just because it's a weird and wacky, but it is still a very well known.
You want to put it like as a 4? I'll go with you on 4. I was thinking 4.
Then yeah, let's put it at a 4.
Alrighty.
Yeah, tier 4.
Yeah. All right. And I think that's going to be the end of the episode. So thank you all for listening and watching. If you're on Spotify, comment down below. Well, hell, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, comment down below what you think.
And
Where
on a
are the
scale of
slanters?
like 1 to 10, where would you put it on the iceberg? If there's 10
Absolutely.
levels of the iceberg, where would you put it on the iceberg?
Yeah, we're gonna keep building our iceberg. I'm gonna have like little
Yeah.
visuals and everything that I'm just gonna keep putting things on. So like at the end of this, we're gonna have like, well, hell, the Fallout Wiki here says
This
they have 57,502 pages, so maybe that's how many things we're gonna have on this fucking iceberg. But
yeah, if this iceberg ever, I think we're out of a job.
if this iceberg, what?
Ends ever
Oh,
ends.
well, yeah. Um, but anyway, thank you for watching and or listening, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.